going on, guys? Ente's Daddy here. Here to bring you a deck profile / tournament report with Karakuri. Last night on my locals, they had a little box tournament, about like 20 plus people. I decided to go, played this, no one saw it coming. I wound up going 2-2 after 4 rounds and not making the top 4. So it's okay. There were better X2s than me, I guess. I think there was like one other X2 and 2 other X1s that are undefeated. So I honestly did pretty decent for playing this deck. Nobody saw it coming, like I said. I got some pretty cool wins. I OTK'd a Blue Eyes player that wasn't playing the Brilliant build. OTK'd him twice, games 1 and 2. 2 of them real quick in about like 10-15 minutes because I drew the nuts. And then I wound up beating BA after beating him the first game by an OTK and then getting into a grind game, game 2, and then game 3, my side deck won it. But I'll get into the matches and more in depth later. I'll show you guys a deck list right now. It's a lot different pretty much from the build that I played, that I actually had on my channel here previously, but I wasn't really playing any events at that point because I didn't really have anything for a side deck, anything like that at the that moment. So right now, I finished this deck and I did pretty decent. So start off, we got triple armor, 3 arsenal. If you play any less, it's pretty stupid. This is just like playing 6 armors, 3 accelerator, 3 MK2. I see some people playing 2 of these guys. I obviously play the 1 Gano as well, but I see some people play 2 of these guys, 1 MK3 and 1 Gano. I think it's just stupid. I always stick to the old school. Back in 2014 when this deck was at its full height, I always played this over the pure version. Even though the pure version was a lot more consistent, I just really enjoyed this deck. I really love how the Gear monsters go with the Karakuri monsters, and you can just create crazy combos. This is one of my favorite decks of all time, but yeah, you got to play the 3 MK2 and the Gano. That's it for Geargias. I tried out Augur. I actually had him at 2 in the first build, if you guys saw my previous video. But you really, in my opinion, just need to play the standard 13. I don't think you need any more, any less. I just don't like Augur. I'm not a big fan of him. I don't think you even need him in this deck at all. But if you're playing the pure build, by all means, you probably should play at least 2. Yeah, so for tuners, I played 2 Watchdogs and 1 Strategist. I've seen some people playing 1 of this guy and 2 of the Strategist. I think it's kind of stupid, even though when you draw this guy and you have like an armor or something, you can make some pretty cool plays, but I just really like the combo of getting him from the deck and then targeting your own armor for his effect and getting armor's effect, flipping him up and getting another search, and then you could just go off from there. But I just like playing this guy too because he has better synergy at making rank 4s, making rank 8 or level 8 synchros, and Geargiano can get him out, so you can, for that sole purpose, you can do some pretty cool stuff. Geargiano can like reborn him from the graveyard. Then obviously play the 1 Birdman. It's my favorite card in the deck. I think it's the best card in the deck. And then for stun, just 1 tech. This wasn't Augur up until like yesterday afternoon, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna throw this in. It actually almost won me a game against Cosmos, but he wound up getting out, tributing for the Cosmo lady, and then getting over it. But it's okay. But it's just pretty stunny. If you can open up this with a bunch of back row, you can just like sit on him and kill your opponent. And what's cool about your deck is that you can go off while he's on board. So all the other decks of the format can't really do much at all, and then you can still go off with all your Gears, your Karakuris, make all your Earth monsters, and OTK even with him on board. So that's why he's really good at just being there to stop your opponent in their tracks. So that's it for monsters. I believe it's 18. I think it's the best number. Next up, for spells, I played triple MST. I don't have Twin Twisters, and this card's pretty good. My locals, you obviously see a lot of Monarchs, a lot of Cosmos, a lot of BA, a lot of Pendulums. So you see pretty much all those decks everywhere. It's just like a mixed locals of the whole format. So space right now is pretty good if you don't have Twin Twisters. I would just consider playing triple space, like my situation. 1 Iron Call. I don't think I ever even like played it at all. 1 Smash, it would be a Regeki, but I don't have one. That's what I have to use right now. 1 Book. I always side it out. It's not too good, this format, but I keep it in the main. 1 Limiter, because that's just your OTK card. Sometimes side it out, because you don't really need it to OTK, but in some situations, you can drop this and just destroy your opponent. You play around things. Triple Gear. This is a big reason why I decided to throw us together right before the next ban left. Just because, excuse me, this card alone generates you a lot of advantage, especially if you draw like multiples and you can get all 4 of the Girianos out from deck and then keep using them, keep recycling with Gear Gigant, keep using Gano's effect. It's just pretty cool. You can just, it's basically just a Rescue Rabbit, and it's what made the deck very good, going back to 3. I played 3 Call. Some people like to play 2. I like this because I use it as a sole purpose of when they get rid of armor, you can bring it back. You can bring back Arsenal and trip it off again. Use some pretty cool stuff with this card. You can bring back tuners. What I like to do a lot is if I go into like a Star Eater or any of the Karakuri synchros and they get rid of them, when they go to poke in for damage, I could just call back a 3200 Star Eater, and that's what they're staring at right now. So you just got to keep in mind plays like that. Call's very good. Can get you back in the game. And then I played 2 Sec Harmers. These obviously should be 3 Mirror Forces or like Deep Prisons or something, but right now I got to play these 2. I'd obviously cut them if I got like Twin Twisters or better cards like that. Then I main deck a Typhoon. This card's very good. I used to side it, but if I only have 1, I was maining Dust over this, but I was like, screw it, this card's so much better, so I threw it in. 1 goes, and I main this because your worst matchup pretty much is Monarchs if you can't clear the board and then go off. So yeah, Gozen's pretty good. Makes it so they have to choose between 1 Ether Erebus. So it's pretty good. It's also very good against Pendulum, so that's why I keep it in. But sided out against matchups it doesn't do well, and obviously 1 7 Tools, 1 Trap Hole, 1 Bottomless, and 1 Torrential. So that's the main deck, guys. I'm going to quickly show you the extra deck, the side, and I'm going to talk about my matches and just my overall experience. I had fun. 1 Burrito, 2 Beret, 1 Star Eater, 1 Stardust, 1 Crimson Blader, 1 Leo, 2 Gigant, 1 Zemines, 1 Leviathan, 1 Cowboy, 1 101, 1 Dweller, and lastly 1 Gemini Pearl. I play this because when you have Barrier on the board, you can exceed with him in like a Girgia or even Watchdog to make this because it's an Earth, and it's just a big 26 beater, so if you want to get Barrier off the board real quick for something, I don't know, you can just make a 26 beater to push in for some more damage, and he can get over a lot of stuff. Other than that, guys, that's the whole extra deck. You just saw what I had to pretty much work with, and then real quick I'm going to show you the side. 2 Lancias. These were for Cosmo and Ritual Beast if ever came up, and even PK. 2 Flying Sea from BA, PK, whatever you want to call it. 2 Consecrated Lights for BA, 1 Banisher of Light for BA, 2 System Down for Cosmos and like other machine decks, even if I run into gadgets or anything. 1 Soul Release, that's for PK, Burning Abyss. Another Gozen, that's for the Monarch matchup, and Pepe, if you play any deck like that has a bunch of attributes. And then 1 Soul Drain for BA and like Mermail if whatever comes up. It's very good. You can usually just keep it on board and win. And then the last 3 cards in my side deck, I side these in last minute. Triple Chains Appearance. These were, I believe, a 3rd Flying Sea, I think Dark Hole and something else up until last minute. And I was like, screw it. These cards are actually pretty good against Monarchs. Even though I lost to the Monarchs, lost to a Monarch deck in the last round, these put in some work. I was able to get rid of all his all of his little guys. The only thing that sucks is this has a potential to get shuffled if they do Tribute and they go for Prime Monarch instead, but you can just banish all their little baby guys with Chains Appearance, and it's pretty busted. Alright guys, so now I'm just going to go ahead and talk about my rounds. Round 1 I played against, what was it, the Blue Eyes deck without the Brilliant, it's not the Brilliant build, it was like the Ritual build. 2 of that real quick. Round 2 played against Cosmos. I got 2-1'd. Round 3 I played against Burning Abyss, and that's where I grinded in. I threw in the Flying Seas, the Lancias. My side deck was pretty good for BA. The Soul Drains did pretty, not Soul Drains, but Soul Drain. I did pretty good against them. It was a grind game, but I managed to get him in game 3 because I opened a lot better. And then round 4, the last round, I played against Monarchs and got destroyed. So almost went X1 with this deck. I know it's locals, but even just to throw together a fun deck like this is why I like the end of the format right before Worlds, because everyone's playing like fun decks. Not everybody, but that's just what I like to do. I like to come back around this time and just play a fun deck, get back into the game, and then pick up something as the format progresses. So I'm going to stay tuned for the banlist guys, see what's up with the game nowadays, and then I'll keep you guys posted. I'm going to be playing soon. Also, if you guys haven't already, Subscribe to my channel, comment down below, like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and go ahead and check out my binder video if you guys are interested. I'm looking for a lot of stuff, so please try to help me out. I know I'm like begging, I sound like an idiot, but I really want to get back into the game, and I feel like some online trading will get me there. So thanks guys, comment, like, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. This has been Ente's Daddy signing out. See you guys.